I haven't made a new video in a while, so what should my next one be about? Seeing as though season 4 is almost here, I should think of one fast. Maybe I should review an episode from the show, seeing as though that's what other analyst fans of the show would do. But which one should I start with? This is really hard to think over.
Well, Redcord, I think you should first start off with your favorite episode of the series and go off from there.
Whoa, Dr. Wolf, you do know I have a door that you can use instead of popping in like the A and Y pony did.
You have a big chunk of your fourth wall missing. I don't think a door would be necessary to have at this point.
Oh, it's really been a while. I forgot that was there. Anyways, what brings you to my channel?
I'm here to help you out with your first crossover review. So tell me, what episode would you like to talk about?
Well, I would have to go with my favorite episode of the whole series that presents a character that has improved over the course of 3 seasons, which happens to be Rainbow Dash in Wonderbolt Academy.
Ah, excellent choice. Allow me to get it started for you, if that's alright.
Sure, go ahead.
Throughout MLP, Rainbow has always shown us that her greatest dream would be joining the Wonderbolts. In Season 1, she wins the Best Young Flyer competition and gets to train with them as a reward. She also gets a few moments to spend with them at the Grand Galloping Gala, even showing a moment of pure fangirl glee.
I'm hanging with the Wonderbolts!
In Season 2, Rainbow gets to show her skills as a leader and leaves quite an impression on Spitfire, the Wonderbolt captain. But it isn't until Season 3 that she finally gets the chance to live her dream by being accepted into the Wonderbolt Academy. Okay, Redcord, let's hear what you have to say about this episode.
Thank you very much. As the episode begins, we see the main six gathered around the mailbox right beneath Rainbow Dash's house, simply enjoying the scenery. It isn't until Pinkie Pie starts speaking that we find out that Rainbow Dash is actually waiting for a letter of acceptance into the Wonderbolt Academy. Rainbow Dash seems to be confident about getting into the academy and believes that she is the best flyer in all of Equestria, but Pinkie Pie, on the other hand, seems to be worried that Rainbow Dash might not get into the academy and worries that she might be jinxing her chances of getting in. So the letter finally arrives and Rainbow Dash...
I didn't get in.
Aw, why wouldn't they accept her? I mean, she is the best flyer in all of...
Gotcha!
Oh, come on, Rainbow Dash, you're supposed to be my favorite pony.
Of course she ends up getting into the academy, and is quickly off to take part in her week-long dream with the Wonderbolts. And Pinkie ends the scene with an impressively powerful megaphone that even causes the mountains to tilt.
As Rainbow Dash arrives at the academy, she seems very confident and eager to take on any challenges that come her way, even though it's just her first day there.
As she lines up with the other new cadets, we get an appearance from Spitfire. Now, Spitfire has made several appearances before, and each time we have seen her she has been polite and upbeat, a very friendly example of a celebrity. Well, in this episode we see that she is acting very differently. Taking on the role of a drill sergeant, she is belittling all the new recruits and trying to drive their confidence into the ground. Now, I've heard many people talk about how Spitfire is acting very differently here because she is running the Wonderbolt Academy and trying to instill discipline into all of the new cadets.
I understand how others might be looking at this as somewhat of a big change to the character of Spitfire, but this actually seems like the true nature of Spitfire's character, and her previous character moments were actually just an act. As we all know from celebrities as well as drill sergeants and even teachers, they are not always as they seem in the movies or on the job. A celebrity is not always a friendly, intellectual individual like in the movies, it's just a character they play while on the job. A drill sergeant like Spitfire isn't always a disciplined officer 24/7, she only has to be that disciplined while on the job in order to command the units and push them to their limits. I'm sure if any one of these individuals acted the same way at their job as they do in public, no one would ever be able to take them serious, and getting anything done would be near impossible without the right attitude.
Despite Spitfire's military demeanor, Rainbow Dash's confidence remains unbroken, believing that she can handle anything that Spitfire can dish out. And it turns out that another cadet, Lightning Dust, has just as much confidence as Rainbow does, perhaps even more so. Next up, we see Pinkie Pie endlessly checking the mailbox for a letter from Rainbow Dash. She seems to be under the impression that if she doesn't respond immediately to any letter from Rainbow, that something bad will happen at the Wonderbolt Academy. The fact that Pinkie seems so overly stressed about this actually tells us a bit more about her character. We've seen earlier examples of what happens to Pinkie when she feels like her friends don't like her anymore. how it has deeply troubled her to the point where she loses all her laughter and optimism. When I am watching this scene in Wonderbolt Academy, I get the sense that Pinkie still has this deep-rooted fear that if she isn't doing everything that she can for her friends, that she might end up losing them. Even after everything that the main six have been through together, Pinkie still seems to worry about what her friends think of her.
After Rainbow Dash and Lightning Dust demonstrate tremendous record-breaking abilities, Spitfire breaks everyone into teams, and Rainbow Dash is surprised to see that she is actually a wing pony, and Lightning Dust is the lead pony. She confronts Spitfire to find out the reason behind this, and discovers that Lightning Dust likes to push herself harder than Rainbow Dash. But even though Rainbow Dash knows they will be an unstoppable team, she's still afraid of the idea of someone else actually being better than her. This can very well relate to how she felt during the mysterious male duel, which I know a lot of people are saying wasn't Rainbow Dash's best episode, as she worries about being forgotten by her friends and others if outshined by someone better than her. Both Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash share a similar fear of being alone and always try to be dependable for others in the fear of losing a friend. Even though Rainbow Dash doesn't like the idea of being a wing pony, she continues to go along with Spitfire's decision.
Both continue to break records and impress Spitfire with their skills, but Rainbow is still a little taken back by Lightning's methods. Her determination to be the best starts to come at the expense of the other cadets, and when Rainbow tries to talk to Lightning about it, Lightning reminds her that Spitfire made her the lead pony, and that Rainbow needs to follow in what the Wonderbolt captain wanted. It isn't until the two of them create a tornado that goes out of control that we see just how much this kind of behavior can go wrong. The rest of the main six are coming to deliver a care package to Rainbow Dash, and arrive at precisely the wrong moment. Their balloon is torn apart by the tornado, causing them to be hurled from the basket. It is only by Rainbow's quick thinking and even quicker actions that the five of them are saved from disaster. Now, the fact that Rainbow manages to save the rest of the main six by bouncing them off of a cloud seems a bit puzzling to me. We do know that Twilight had cast a cloud walking spell the last time they all visited Cloudsdale, and it would make sense that she would do so again before coming to visit the Wonderbolt Academy, as half of the Academy grounds are made up of clouds. But how would Rainbow have known that in the moment of panic when she is trying to save her friends? Perhaps her instincts had just taken over and she wasn't thinking clearly enough to understand that the Earth Ponies and the Unicorns would have just fallen through the cloud.
After the whole incident with the tornado, Lightning Dust is only concerned with a job well done in cleaning the clouds, despite the fact that she almost got Rainbow Dash's friends killed in the process. Rainbow Dash is outraged, and this is where we see the most development for Rainbow Dash's character throughout the series leading up to this moment and hopefully continuing on into the next season. Rainbow Dash confronts Lightning Dust that being reckless and putting others' life in danger in order to get the job done is not the way of the Wonderbolts. Lightning Dust, however, believes that her methods are the right way since she became a lead pony and Rainbow Dash a wing pony. This causes Rainbow to think that if this is the way of the Wonderbolts, then she will actually be living her lifelong dreams for all the wrong reasons, and decides to make the ultimate sacrifice.
That's right. She walks into Spitfire's office, actually turns in her badge, and talks to her about desiring to be the best and the choices that come with it. And if that means the Wonderbolts are encouraging recklessness in order to get the cadets to be the best, then Rainbow doesn't want to have any part of it. When I first saw this moment, I was really taken back. I have seen Rainbow Dash go on and on about her dream of joining the Wonderbolts since the very first episode. I saw how much she was pushing herself to achieve that dream. I saw how much of her life revolved around being the best in order to reach this goal. And when the time came down to choosing between her lifelong dream and choosing what she knew was right, she didn't hesitate for even one moment. That takes guts. And this is the most defining and awe-inspiring moment for Rainbow Dash.
I couldn't agree more. With that said, we move to our final thoughts about the episode. For me, I would say this is one of Rainbow Dash's most developed episodes yet, until season 4 comes along, that is, which Megan McCarthy tweeted about more character development for our beloved Rainbow Dash, and hopefully we get to see her as a Wonderbolt in the next season. Anyways, what are your final thoughts about this episode, Dr. Wolf?
I certainly enjoyed Rainbow Dash as a character before watching Wonderbolt Academy, but that one scene gave me so much more respect and admiration for her. What must it have felt like for Rainbow when she was leaving that office? It was good to see that Spitfire realized that Rainbow actually did have the right attitude, and it was great to see that she makes Rainbow a lead pony. But Rainbow Dash didn't know that would happen. When she made her choice, she knew exactly what she would be giving up. And for Rainbow Dash, that is her crowning moment of awesome.
Well, thank you so much for helping me out with my first crossover analysis video, Dr. Wolf.
My sincere thanks to you, good sir, for having me here. Be sure to drop by if you ever want to review any episode in particular or have any ideas for a future video.
Thanks, will do.
So, how do I get back to my channel?
I'm guessing you just go out that way and head to your channel, I guess?
You sure? I thought I came from the right.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, I'll see you later, Redcord.
Alright, goodbye, Dr. Wolf.
And the sheer fact that Derpy is capable of doing this as a background pony, can I help you?
Oh, sorry about that. I must have made a wrong turn.
Fucking tourists. Anyways, as I was saying...
Have you ever thought about why Fluttershy has 3 butterflies for a cutie mark? I mean, why not 4 or 5?
Oh dear. I hope you get well soon, Equestropology.